I'm so excited about today. How about you, Mom?
We have been waiting really just to share this with you. We just really want to take you down the rabbit hole of why and what about our brand and the name. And yeah, excited to dive in.
Because if you give us any subject that is going to fire us up and really make us come alive, because this word, this archetype is at the basis of all that we do.
I know.
And so much it's been rooted. What we've been doing the last 15, 20 years has been rooted in this word.
Yeah. Yeah. And to weave the story of how that came about, because we didn't just go to the dictionary and say, oh, trailblazer is a good word, and let's add an H in there and we're good to go. So let us start then with our backstory.
So you guys, the word, the archetype, it is trailblazer. This is, I want to say that out loud because we haven't said it.
Yes.
Just said it.
Trailblazher.
And we're gonna take you, like Mom said, on the backstory of why Trailblazher, what it means, and also what it means for you, because this is an important word, and we've never really dove into the story, even the magazine. Why Trailblazher?
So here we go. So let us start. Back in 2007, we bought a little book, Chapters Bookstore, entitled A Prairie Girl's Guide to Life, How to Sew a Sampler Quilt, and 49 other pioneer projects for the Prairie Girl. And this book is just filled with a legacy of traditional skills and ideas that women used to live a sustainable life, like many decades and even up to a century ago. So this book is a real treasure. It's a small book. If I had it within reach, I'd hold it up and show you. And it makes us happy just looking at it and flipping through it. And I remember things that my mom used to do, like darn socks. Like, who darns socks anymore?
Can I just pause you? What does darn mean?
Darn means to stitch. So it's not like just to sew it, but this cross hatch of weaving, to fill in socks that had holes in them. Yeah, you didn't know.
I didn't know that. No, it's like the first time I heard someone trimming their tree. I was like, why are you trimming your tree? Oh, decorating.
Right. Okay.
Generational thing.
The other thing that it brings back memories of, and I've talked to my mom about this, is that her mom used to make clothes for her and brothers and sisters out of feed sacks. And so this is in the 1930s and 40s. I'm just going to, a little aside there is that flour makers, rice makers, anything that could be packaged in sacks that manufacturers knew that women were buying and bringing home, they started making these beautiful, unique patterns on them just for that purpose, so that women, in that kind of post-depression era could use that fabric to sustain their families. And so they used them for clothes. And so this little book brought back that memory. And I remember talking to my mom and asking her about it, and she loved the colorful dresses and things that she had. So long story short, we feel a lot of respect and nostalgia for the resources of days gone by and the resourcefulness of women in days gone by.
Yes. Okay. So when we started one of our former businesses, Prairie Girl Outpost, that was in 2011.
Yeah.
We really carried through that Prairie Girl spirits with us and all that we did within that company. And it's during those years that we spent time etching out really the qualities and attributes and traits that these prairie women possessed and the skills that they needed, like courage, competence, creativity, communication, connection, and confidence. So this whole exploration led us to transition these attributes into building a Trailblazher archetype. And as our business evolved through the years, when we developed a lot of resources that we're now bringing back to the table.
Yes, like my computer files are full of amazing things we want to share with you. Anyways, so fast forward into 2015, we co-developed a women's leadership equine-based workshop called Trailblazher on Fire. We facilitated it many times. We also licensed it, and there were 16 certified equine assisted learning facilitators around the world using this leadership workshop for women. And then a few years later, we developed our own online business course called Go Claim It Trailblazher.
And so then when we decided to start our magazine Trailblazher in 2020, the Trailblazher theme was right there top of mind. And as rural women ourselves, we knew that was the name we needed to use and move forward with. That was a
Yeah.
pretty no brainer.
Yeah.
So, and it felt like perfect timing to bring that name front center, change the spelling, we added the H, and we were off to the races. Our decision to showcase rural women as possessing these trailblazer traits was such an easy one. We'd been working with mostly rural women for several years, doing their websites, marketing collateral, coaching them. So we really knew a lot about them.
Yeah, and I want to say that rural women are an easily identifiable demographic to showcase the trailblazer archetype because the rural environment forces them to overcome so many challenges. We experience them ourselves. There can be loneliness and isolation, lack of childcare options for sure, lack of needed or essential resources. Maybe you got to drive an hour, to your nearest town for things. Access to adequate business financing, that's a challenge we hit up against again and again. Technology and consistent internet access, man, that one, we've had meetings where we've been bumped out 5 times in an hour, and supported networks to connect with regularly. So here's what we really know, that it does take a lot of grit, resilience, and gutsiness to exceed in any rural endeavor.
Yeah. So you're asking, hey, why is this important now? So in the past, trailblazers were defined as individuals who literally broke trail and opened up new or uncharted territory for others to follow. They went somewhere that no one had been before, determined to discover the possibilities and overcome the challenges.
However, today, our current information economy is creating a new kind of trailblazer. Never have we had the ability to access and cross connect ideas, people, resources, and opportunities as we can today. Like, this is literally new territory. Many women are navigating this new territory with ideas and different resources than previous generations. We've got the internet, we've got technology, online stores, social media, etc.
So here's how we define trailblazer. So in today's world, a trailblazer is a woman who is doing something unique, new, or innovative with her own spin, style, or brand as she makes a difference and adds value to others without sacrificing herself. She has firm boundaries around protecting herself, her time, and her energy. While doing this, she is showing that it's possible for others to do the same thing for themselves. She explores, she creates, she builds, she shows up, and she gets things done. She has grit.
So here's what we want to put a period at the end of that, is that what we've observed being immersed in the stories of rural women in Trailblazer magazine. Number one, a trailblazer builds her life around a core set of values. We see those same values over and over again. A trailblazer values her independence and freedom. Many women came to doing what they're doing, leaving corporate jobs behind, and I assure you, they are never going back. She loves the unconventional, trying different, something outside of societal norms of what to do. She loves to explore, like, ideas, places, herself, and she is reflective as she ponders her life journey, and she places a premium on her ability to navigate change.
Yeah, and these are just a few of the values that define the spirits of a trailblazer. So it's not always easy to show up this way in the world today. We know it. Conventional, outdated rules push back against trailblazers. Those closest to her don't understand this drive she has to express that deeper part of herself. We've all been there. And even when she fails, she has to start again.
Yeah.
She must learn to shield herself from judgment and criticism, all while keeping her focus on the path that she is developing. So, in the midst of it, she develops grit by staying resilient and focused on achieving her dreams. On her journey, she searches out the others who are like her, who understand this need to forge a different path, and she continues on regardless.
Yeah. So, how we see it, a trailblazer is action oriented with a mindset that says, what can I do and how can I do it? So, she definitely has a growth mindset that propels her to continue learning and developing herself and her purpose. So, there's no just coasting, I would say. And a trailblazer's life is often very unpredictable, yet filled with new opportunities and possibilities. And she likes it that way. She is wired to move forward into the unknown, just like trailblazers of years and centuries ago. She stands for making a difference, and she thrives knowing this, and she stays one step ahead.
Of course, trailblazers are leaders. And it's through her resilience and gutsiness that she's challenging the status quo, envisioning new possibilities, and also being resourceful. That is so huge through the value that she adds back into society. So the world of today needs fresh ideas
Yeah.
and services and products and experiences. And you know what? Trailblazers are providing them. So, developing a new and unique kind of business, brand, or even a passion project requires a new strategy and a new level of self awareness. If you're new around here, you'll know that self awareness is key, front and center. It's one of the subjects we love talking about the most. And so, the deeper we understand our inherent traits and also what drives us, the better equipped and more empowered we are to accomplish our dreams and fulfill our plans and that bigger purpose.
So let it be said, any woman can be a trailblazer.
Yep.
Our magazine is focused on showcasing rural women, but any woman can be a trailblazer. Every woman has within her the traits she needs to navigate her path. These traits have been developed through the environments she's been exposed to and nurtured in, and what she has an inclination towards, guided from within. And this is often at a younger age. We all have things that we gravitate towards that we just naturally love. None of us are without that. So, the more you understand your dominant traits, the better you can align yourself with the environments and opportunities that are a best fit for you. And I want to say, as a former career consultant, not everybody chose their paths, their career paths in life based on the best fit for them. Many people, many women have chosen paths that others wanted, expected, or, based on external factors. This is a chance to reset. So, when you can really understand what is driving you, you can create a roadmap that sets you up to succeed in a way that puts your strengths in the lead.
And I know you might be thinking, easier said than done, right? So we want you to ask yourself these questions. Do you ever feel stuck? Do you feel misaligned with the path that you're taking? Or maybe you feel misunderstood? Do you feel that you want to do more and be more, but maybe you just don't know how? Do you feel that you know there is a bigger purpose for you to use your unique skills and wisdom, but you just don't know how?
So if you feel those things, we want to say you're not alone.
You are not alone.
We have felt all those things on our entrepreneurial journey many times, sometimes all at the same time.
And with two of us, that's not always been a great situation.
It gets amplified.
Yeah.
So it was hard. But here's what we really know. Here's our biggest takeaway from all the years is self-awareness is the most important aspect of being a trailblazer. So we have spent the last 10 years in particular looking at this trailblazer archetype, dissecting our frustrations, our feeling of stuckness, looking at our patterns and deep desires. And we've created an easy to use roadmap because of it.
Okay, wait. I feel like we should do a drum roll before you announce it. Ready?
Okay. Here's the drum roll.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys, this is something that we've been working on for many days, weeks, months. It's been years in the making, right?
Yes, it has been years in the making. So let me finish. We have created a simple, fun, and interactive way for any woman to identify her leading trailblazer traits.
You guys, we're excited. We are revealing to you today. We have created and we're launched an official Discover Your Trailblazer Traits quiz. It's free and it takes about 90 seconds for you to go and take it so that you can uncover what are your two leading trailblazer traits and go off on your path and journey and make those decisions that are aligned with all that we just talked about. So we want to say we all possess all of these traits to a degree because life really requires that we fill many roles and responsibilities. And we can have an aptitude in several areas. However, the two traits that are most reflective of our unique way of showing up in the world are much like our default settings.
Yeah.
We always come back to them. Using them is where we feel most alive, interested, passionate, and valuable. So we've uncovered the 6 trailblazer traits, and here they are.
So, dreamer, believer, doer, maker, collaborator, influencer. And I'm just going to give you some short little phrases to go with it. I'm not going to spill the quiz here because the questions on the quiz are really going to help you pinpoint, and I'm going to tell you it's going to be fun to come away with it and going, I never looked at myself that way. So dreamers, you're the enterprise builders. You're out there looking, scanning the horizon. What can I build? Who needs it? How can I grow this? Believers, you are the knowledge holders. So, along with that entrepreneurial spirit, you are the people who dig deep, who go down the rabbit hole on subjects that could be technical or scientific or legal or technology based, all of those kinds of things. And we have the doers. You are the process managers. You like to get things done. You don't want to talk about feelings. Here's my to-do list. Stop talking. Let me get at her. Makers, you are the creative innovators that spark new thinking, spark new ideas, help us have new perspectives. Collaborators, love you. You are the people connectors. You bridge, you bring people together. You go after causes that need to be looked at. And influencers, you are the wisdom sharers. You take your years of experience, your knowledge, all of it, the highs, the lows, and you package that and share that back with the people who most could use it. So those are the 6 main trailblazer traits. The quiz is going to help you narrow that down, but that's not the only thing. We have a sequence after that that will help you develop an action plan based on them. You're you're going to find you're going to have probably 2 dominant traits, and those combined will spark some new ideas for you, some new thinking, some new, holy moly, I never even thought of that before.
So, Mom, what are your 2 trailblazer
Well,
traits?
mine happen to be dreamer and influencer. I've dabbled in the creative many times. I can definitely go down the rabbit hole of research and knowledge, but I fit, and the glove fits on dreamer and influencer. How about you?
It's no surprise. Yeah, I'm a dreamer, but also a doer. And it's no surprise that we both share the dreamer quality. We've got that mindset. Any challenge we see out there, anything that we see as potential, we're like, oh, there's opportunity there. What could we create? What problem could we solve? We're
Yeah.
constantly, our minds have that growth mindset and we're enterprising. And then for me, doer, like I hate using the word workhorse, but we simply are like, and so it's been really cool to be able to identify each of our traits because it's cool to look at you like just as a woman, not in relation to me as a mother or business partner, and to really understand you and your communication and how you make decisions, but also how we work together.
Yeah.
Because we can see it just explains a lot of things that sometimes are like, why do we have this dynamic when we're working on a certain project? And this is exactly why. 'Cause
Yeah.
we're pulling from different strengths when we're working
Absolutely.
together.
And when we have pushback against each other, it's usually we're not recognizing that that person is in their wheelhouse. They're working from an area that they're so strong in, but because we're not, or I'm not, I don't see it. And it frustrates me. So that's also another opportunity to communicate and then take a breath, step back, and just have that awareness that we're all fueled and driven in different ways. And if we can put ourselves into opportunities where we can leverage that, there just is no ceiling for us. We can go out into the future as far as we want, building things
Yeah.
that really matter to us, that are purposeful.
Yeah. Yeah. So we want you to go and take the quiz. Explore the parts of you that are gutsy and resilient, the parts that you've been shaped by your life experiences, really the parts of you that want to live your life on purpose. Pass it on to your friends and you'll have a chuckle about the accuracy of it like we just did. So here's how you take the quiz. And remember, it's free. It literally takes less than 5 minutes. You can go to www.trailblazerco.com/traits quiz. Okay. Our main site and then traits quiz. Or come over to Instagram, Trailblazher Co, and DM us the words traits quiz all together. TRAITS QUIZ, and we'll instantly send you the link to the quiz. So go and take the quiz, pass it on to your friends, and then come back and tell us what you got. Email us. You can email us at hello@trailblazherco.com. We want to hear what you got for your 2 dominant trailblazer traits. And we're just so excited to be able to provide this tool for you to uncover what these underlying strengths in your life are. And don't worry, this is just the beginning. This is just really a teaser to
further developing something that you give a darn about. So I'm happy to share it with you today. Go take the quiz.
Take it. Have some fun.
Tell us who you are.
And come back and tell us. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Take care.